Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Network merchandise shop. Check out our large assortment of logo merch and our lifestyle collection as well. Just head over to abvnetwork.com and click on shop. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. Finally, we are sponsored by the upcoming ABV Barrel Shop, a new liquor store experience coming to St. Louis, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop will serve as home to the ABV Network and will be owned and operated by Steve Akeley, Jim Fosnot, and Scott Creighton, a.k.a. the Barrel Buddies. To learn more about the investment opportunities in this new venture, listen to the ad at the end of this podcast. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we are going to be awarding our 11th winner in Year 2 Challenge Coin Cocktail Contest during the show featuring a live studio audience. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guest judges, Jim Fosnot, Tim Swaya, and Justine Mays.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Guys.
How you doing? Hey.
Good. So, yes, this is exciting. Just a few of these left. This is crazy. So, what a journey this has been.
Left today and one more.
Today and one more. And then the championship, of course. So, that'll be another one. But, yes. Yeah, we're getting down to the end here. So, yeah, pretty exciting stuff. Tim, I want to put in a plug into that before we are going to talk about something today. But before we get to that, Tim, congrats on that great article. It was fun to see someone's take on this and the fact you were kind of brought in as a regular. That was kind of a cool article to read. So,
No, I appreciate that. That one's from the heart because it's folks that are, I found this whole network early in I guess middle 2019, but then didn't really participate until shit hit the fan in 2020 and looking for something to do. And I saw these virtual events started out, and then to be actually, a participant and part of it. I mean, that means a lot to the folks in the community. I'm not kidding when I said in there, it's like watching these folks grow. And I participate in some of the bartending virtual events we've done with, who was that? Was it Courtney was doing it with us for a while and some of that stuff. And seeing the true artists that have come out of this thing grown, and everybody's got their own little take and strategy. And if you really sit back and you pick out some of the nuances, I'll tell you, there is a cocktail book here someplace, and some mixologists out there are going to be stealing your work, and you better claim it. I tell you, because the stuff here is really, really good.
Yeah,
and easy to make, or as hard to make as you want, and the stories that come along with it, the passion. As a listener, turning into a participant in some of this whole year and being asked back, it's been a hell of a ride. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, you kind of make your own way with the ABV Network. So you add a lot to what we're doing. You bring some fun to things like this. Like when we brought you on as a guest judge, like everybody else, and you have fun and you're cracking me up, and I'm like, oh, this is good. This is good podcasting, is what we got here. So. You make your own way on that, and then you carve yourself a niche in the network too as the sound guy. I don't even know how this happens. Just listening to the sound, and Heidi was just talking about you on some shows Sunday night. So, she got apparently blamed on one she still claims she didn't do, but I told her the video had been submitted, and you see her lift up as that noise is made, and then set herself back down. So unless it was just. Very random. She might be getting the blame for something else, but I think it's her. You sniffed that one out right away. You knew.
Well, I think that one started with. I'll never forget listening to one where Adam Stump's on. I think he moved into the new house, or something like that. And then there was a fire alarm going off.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sitting there working in my own house, and I keep on hearing the fire alarm beep. And I've got my these noise canceling headphones on that once I put those on, I'm in my own little world. And I'm listening to it. So I'm walking around my own house checking my fire alarms and the smoke detectors and everything. And only to find out that it's every time Adam spoke, You hear the beep in his background every now and then. I'm like, son of a bitch, it's him. He had me walking around my house for about 15 minutes checking smoke detectors. Ended up being him. Yeah. So next thing you know, you start listening tightly, and I get in that little world, and I do catch audible farts. And also ones that are fake, like Bo Cumberland's was fake. We learned that one too.
Yeah. Yeah,
so,
it's every once in a while
very entertaining.
Make that noise. So yeah, so good stuff. But that's not what we intended to talk about. You had said there's something you did want to talk about today. What is that?
Yeah, that is. We are at the end of another month, end of February. Here we're recording this, and I think this comes out here fairly soon, March at the turn of the month. So I was wondering, what is your indicator that we finally have reached spring? Because that damn rat or groundhog or Punxsutawney Phil is a liar every year, and there are a few things that are my indicators for spring, and I'm curious to see if what everybody else's indicators are to show that we finally turned the corner getting out of winter.
Yeah, to me, you flip that calendar to March 1st. That's spring to me, and I'll be in shorts from that point forward. And if it's snowing, so be it. I'll just walk faster. But yeah, to me, March 1st is spring, and and you get snow, and sometimes it's the worst snows you get in March, or sometimes even April. It's like 10 inches, but then it's gone. In a day or so. So, to me, we're close to spring here. We're as you hear this. Welcome to spring. It's March 1st. What about you, Justine? Anything that makes you think, oh, it's spring?
No, I pretty much just go with whenever somebody says that it's spring. I mean, it's like I live in Michigan. I mean, it's spring one day and then winter the next, and then summer and then back to winter.
So you do that like
August 14th.
You do like that hillbilly rock thing where you put a rock out, and then if you touch it, it's warm. Oh, it's spring like today. So yeah. If it's wet, it's raining today. So yeah.
I mean, and I also wear sweatshirts all year long. So like, yeah, I just whenever
because you're always freezing. You're always freezing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in the summertime, she's even freezing. I wish I was that way. I'm the opposite of that. I'm always burning up. So yeah. Justine and I can rarely be in the same room. So, yeah, when there's no medium comfort zone for the two of us. So yeah, Jim, how about you? Anything that is your indicator of spring?
Well, yeah, Steve, you and I both live in the St. Louis area, and definitely the biggest indicator of spring to me is tornadoes.
Tornadoes, okay.
How many tornado warnings are coming out weekly, and what little trailer park behind me got destroyed or whatever happens. Every year I seem to have several in the general area of me. I'm in that 44 corridor where they always tend to come down.
Really?
And I've had a lot of close calls over the years. Luckily, nothing to my house, but nothing is spring to me like those giant thunderstorms with tornado warnings.
Okay. I don't even notice those. I don't even know we have tornadoes other than that one that damaged a bunch of stuff by the airport and kind of out of 44 there. But yeah, I don't really pay attention. I don't know.
They all happen around me for some reason. Okay. I swear
they're your way. I'll tell you where I'd be scared is if I was like by Adam Stump's distillery because it's always just so windy out there. It's just like it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. It feels like that could be a place where it draws them. All right, McNew, how about you? Indicators.
So I'm pretty weather sensitive. Like when there's big shifts, like I will always get a sinus infection. So about the like second, third week of March, I feel like hell because the weather's shifting. My yard turns into slush because it's thawing. So I'm sick. My dogs are bringing mud in the house. I have a hell week. It's awful. But after that, we're good to go, baby. It's spring.
Okay, there we go. Looking forward to McNew getting that sinus infection. That's spring's right around the corner. All right, Tim, you asked a question. So what is it for you?
Yeah, so I'm up in the Chicagoland area, Northern Illinois, and there's a couple indicators for me. The first off is the mad rush of all the dog owners picking up the yards. Because I learned real quick from my grandfather, you never kick a fresh turd on a hot day. So when you see everybody running around picking up the frozen turds, that's the first indicator that we're coming to warm weather, maybe turning. I would say the second one, it used to be a tradition at the end of March was Whiskey Advocates Whiskey Fest, Chicago. So it was usually like the second to last weekend in March. Then you got the Masters and you got, Easter time frame, but then you got the Derby. To me, with northern weather, I agree with Justine. It could be, we could have a snowstorm in May. So I'm starting to see signs. What I really look for is my wife and I we do a lot of gardening. So we look for our aconite bulbs start popping. When we see the little small flowers start popping up, and breaking ground, we know we're finally here. We actually can start thinking about spring now. But I don't think if we really get there in Chicago until our best months of May, June, and July, which kicks me to Derby time. So once I know I get to the Derby, I'm from home clear.
Okay.
First weekend in May. But we're starting to see some signs. So a lot of the dog owners picking up crap today. So that's a good sign.
That's a good sign. There you go.
I've been in Chicago in May, and it is still fucking cold. Like, because I would drive up, and I'm downtown. Like, we were right. My office overlooked the lake, and I was like, I should have brought a jacket. But it was like 80 degrees in Indiana already, where I'm at. And I drive into the city, and I was like, I am so cold. I was miserable.
Well, there you go.
There it is.
Guess what, gang? It's time to drink before we get to the cocktails. Since we don't get to drink the cocktails, we got to drink. So what is everyone drinking? We'll start with Justine. What do you got there, Justine?
I'm going to finish off this Russell's Reserve Bourbon Bistro pick sample from the first episode of Bourbon Sessions.
Okay. All right. No cork pop there. So, Jim, you're next.
I got no cork pop either because this is my first time on a cocktail competition. And so I made a smoked Manhattan with the Deer Hammer smoked one that you had with your picture on it. So
there you go.
I want to do a cocktail for the show, so no cork pop for me, but a great drink.
All right, McNew, what do you got?
So I wanted a cocktail, but I didn't want to make a cocktail. So I have this maple flavored whiskey from Noble Cut Distillery that's literally like candy in a bottle.
Okay. I think I'm going to be close to McNew there. So I've got from Sip Whiskey, a Jack Daniel's single barrel pick. This one's called the Cracker Jack Barrel. Let's see what we got here. Well, that's good enough to take the lead. Nice base to it at least. So I'll finish this thing off. Tim, you're last but not least. What do you got, man?
You got a shot here. We'll see. I'm pulling a Heidi and just unwrapped a Neely family single barrel. This one is the barrel name is the Legend, in honor of our own Rick Legend.
Absolutely.
Rick Brenner, the Legend. So we'll see.
No, I think you had a case of Mike Muffle there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know what? This mic is going in the garbage because that thing I thought I broke an eardrum.
Well, yeah. Well, we have to go by with the audio that came through, and as you go to listen to this as the sound guy, you would be embarrassed if you accepted victory for that. So
there was
not good.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Cheers to me, gang, and of course, cheers
Salute.
to the Legend on that note. Okay. Cheers.
You got it.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, it's cocktail contest time. We'll do that in just a few. Hello, this is Steve Akeley of the ABV Network. Let's talk about the people who make this show happen. First up is Leatherwood Distillery in Pleasant View, Tennessee. Company founder Andy Lang started distilling as a hobby while serving his country as an elite Green Beret. Andy distilled all over the world during his time in the military and brought this passion back to him in the U.S. when he returned home. A visit to Leatherwood combines Andy Lang's unique distilled spirits and a museum of artifacts from his time serving the U.S. Share a drink with a fallen soldier at their bar where you can grab an acrylic bio off the wall that celebrates the individuals who gave the ultimate sacrifice to protect his or her country. They will also ship their distilled spirits directly to you, so check them out at leatherwooddistillery.com. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent visits to Kentucky. Today, he's leading the way for young distillers making their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery combines family history, a look at what makes their products unique, and of course a tasting through their whiskeys, moonshines, and creams. Check them out at neelyfamilydistillery.com and visit them in Sparta, Kentucky. Well, go ahead, Danny. Is there something you need to say?
Just sitting there saying that plain and simple, if you're sending me to a text, you need to tell me you need to send it to me on a text. So
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today is another cocktail contest wrapping up the month of February.
Yes, we are. So the ingredient, again, you have to have just one ingredient, but you do have to use that. It's not optional. This one is red pepper flakes. McNew, how did you come up with that? Why that?
Because it's like February, like it's red hot for Valentine's Day. I didn't want to use red hots, so I was thinking like red pepper flakes, and I like things
in a cocktail.
So we're spicing it up, yeah.
Do you not like these people? Or is that what you're just? This is your way of getting at them?
No, I was thinking like sometimes
that's a tough one to use.
They'll do like a tahine rim or something, and that's like spicy and good. So I was thinking more of like I'm excited to see what they did with it.
Okay. Well, before we get to the cocktails, I want to introduce our three finalists here. So first up is Dave Ewolds. This is the order we'll be going in. Dave, tell us a little bit about what you're going to be making tonight.
My cocktail has two sources of chilies in it.
Okay.
And it's called Brandy Your Fine Girl. And I'm using some brandy and some rye and some other ingredients that we'll get into. But it's sweet, it's spicy, it's both. It's a fine cocktail.
All right. That sounds good. Adina, you're going to be next up. You'll be second tonight. What do you are going to be making for us?
Okay. So Dave said I kind of jumped the shark on this one. And this one I'm calling Fenrir's Glory. Fenrir was a Norse wolf who was all-knowing, and I'll get into the story about that. But I took the theme of spicing things up and put all the spices in this cocktail, including the red pepper flakes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Nice. Well, that's a good choice. I like wolves. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but I know pretty much everything about wolves. I was really into wolves for a long time. And there's a wolf sanctuary here in the greater St. Louis area. And I used to be involved in the board and stuff like that. So as a board member, you got to know all the stuff about them. So I know a lot about wolves. I like that. That's a good theme. You stumbled onto something. So Dave's claims you've jumped the shark are wrong. In fact, wrong.
All right. Lost her mind is closer to that.
All right. Next up, we've got Kevin. Of course, we've got two Kevins that typically compete in this. This is Kevin with an I. It's Kevin Rose. Hey, Kevin, what's going on, man?
Hey, Steve. So instead of Bourbon Sasquatch, you could have been Bourbon Wolf. Is that what you're saying?
Perhaps. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you maybe onto something there.
Yeah.
My cocktail is with the red pepper flakes. I thought about the red hot chili peppers, and so I named my cocktail Blood Sugar Sex Magic after their iconic album produced by Rick Rubin.
Yeah, Rick Rubin. I like that guy too. There's another. You stumbled onto something. I think that during my lifetime, the band that was created. So I don't think they're the greatest band of all time. Because I think some of the bands before me, I'm a big Rolling Stones and Led Zeppelin, but those guys all started even before I was born. So the greatest band that was formed after I was born, I think, is the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I think they're fantastic. So I'm a huge fan of them. Yeah. I love the Blood Sugar Sex Magic. They have a documentary where that shows them making that album. You get to see a lot of that, the process and things like that. And Rick Rubin does make some appearances in there, which he's an interesting guy too. Kind of a genius, but also sometimes with genius comes quirks. And he's definitely a little quirky.
Yes.
So, yeah. All right. Well, that is our lineup for today. So good luck to all of our competitors. That looks like they put in some solid contributions here, so it'll be interesting. I think it's all going to come down to technique on the evening. I think we've got three good selections here. They certainly look good. I mean, they're of interest. So let's see how they do. Dave, again, you're first. So tell us again, name of your cocktail, and then let's start with the ingredients.
Okay, mine again is called Brandy or Fine Girl. That was a song from the 70s. The original group that had it is kind of a no-name band. I can't even remember the name, but
Looking Glass.
That's right. It was recently remade by Local H from Zion, Illinois, and they did a really rockin' version of it that I like a lot. So check that one out. My first chili here. So first I have this. I'm going to switch to the split screen so you can see the prep a little bit better. I am going to rim this glass. at my glass here.
Fly ass glass.
Fly ass glass, to quote somebody. So I've got a lemon.
Okay.
We're going to get some liquid on the edge. And then I have the rimming sugar here.
How's that technique look, Tim? Does that look good?
He's got some strong form with the wrists. He's got some strong wrists.
Okay.
He really got in on that lemon on the rim of the glass.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
He jumped right in. Okay.
I'm rimming this glass with the it's an orange sugar that's got chili pepper flakes in it.
Okay. Sounds interesting.
So I want to get quite a liberal amount on the if you can see the counter here where I'm doing this.
I saw a random hand reach in there. Just
looks like that camera froze.
Yeah, I don't know if you took a picture or if it froze. I wasn't sure if it was me.
Yeah, it froze. Oh, well, we're just going to go back to old technology.
Okay.
All right, so I'm rimming.
Go.
Don't hold that against them, judges.
So got the nice glass. You can see that with a nice rim of the chili orange sugar.
All right.
And got my mixing glass.
Okay.
I'm going to first hygienically get some ice in this thing.
Who makes regular appearances now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You get burned by that one time, and then you're good. Yeah.
Yep. Only one. So we're going to start out with some Woolersheim Cocard brandy, American made up in Wisconsin, but it. I'm going to go with an ounce of that. American made in Wisconsin by a Frenchman. So it's very much in an Armagnac style. It's very rich brandy.
Okay.
Then I'm going to go with DeKalb, Illinois, Whiskey Acres Field to Glass Rye.
Okay.
I'm going to go with an ounce of that.
This is looking good.
So you're going to have the brandy and then the rye flavors in there. Then we were going to go with some Colorado Rising Sun chili liqueur. So that's my second chili in there. I'm just going to go with a little bit of that. I'm going to go with about 3/4 of an ounce of that.
Okay.
Sweet and it's spicy, but I don't want too much spicy in there.
You showed up Tim on that cork pop, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then
it's not good. It's not recommended against the judges.
Hot spice, but we've got spicy spice. So what I have here is
she was my favorite spice girl. Spicy spice.
Liqueur. This is ginger. Ginger spice.
Okay. Oh, she was good too. Spicy spice was better.
So the ginger liqueur. I'm going to go with a couple dashes of Pashad's bitters.
Okay. I look like 3 there, Tim.
Did you see dashes of Angostura.
Okay.
A little bit more level of flavor in there.
That was a couple there.
That was a solid. That was a solid dash.
So we're going to stir here.
Play by play. Just it's a stir. Okay.
You don't want to stir just a little bit. I want this nicely chilled because this doesn't have ice in the glass.
Okay.
So
how's the stirring technique there, Tim?
Before it hits the glass.
Tim, how's the stirring technique?
I'll tell you, Steve, normally in California and San Francisco, you see only a 6-turn spin there. Dave is just haphazardly spinning that drink around to get that thing mixed. He really went in there and dug in there. Yeah. I got to tell you, I think the way he was touching the sides of the glass, he knows what he's doing. Okay. Back to you in the booth.
All right.
So
field reporter there.
To our glass here.
Okay.
Straining actions. Got the strainer on top.
Got the strainer going. Careful. Okay.
One-handed too. That's impressive.
Just, I'm going to squeeze a few drops of lemon in there.
All right.
Then I'm going to tell you I've got a lemon peel.
Okay.
Just press a little bit of that in there. And that makes for a wonderful garnish in here too. And then just a little bit floating on the top, a little bit of the chili sugar.
Chili sugar on the top. All right.
Yep. So, and here we go. Brandy, you're a fine girl.
Okay. All right. There you go. Brandy, you're a fine girl. Give that thing a taste, Dave. Let's see what you think here. You can watch his face closely, judges. If he winces a little bit there. Okay. No, it's good.
I'm a heat guy.
All right.
Sweet and a little heat.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Mm-hmm. All right. That was good. Dave, excellent work there. Thank you. And good luck, my friend. You did a very nice job and got a good looking cocktail there. All right. Next up is Adina. Adina, remind us again the name of your cocktail and then let's get into it.
Okay. So as you know, I kind of got off on some of the Norse mythology and stuff and tying that into the drinks. And this one is on about Fenrir, who was the demonic wolf that was all-knowing and big troublemaker. So what got me onto this was when they said the gods bound him. They knew that he was only going to make evil in the world. So they bound him with a magical chain made of the sound of a cat's footstep, the beard of a woman, and the breath of fish and other occult elements. So I thought, oh, that's like a whole bunch of weird ingredients being thrown together to tame this wild beast.
Okay.
And then, and then he was bound to a rock until the Ragnarok came, in which he would break his bonds and fall upon the gods. So I thought, okay, Fenrir is where I'm going with this thing. So to make things even weirder, I decided to make it into a tiki style cocktail.
Yeah. Oh, well, I do love tiki cocktails. So
tiki in February. That's a solid move.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So
I see the shaker. This could be good too.
Gotta get my ice bucket from my assistant here.
Oh, there you go. Low level intern. Just
right.
under the ice bucket.
I like that Dave's a competitor until it's her turn. My assistant.
Right.
What was that, McNew?
I like he's your assistant now.
Wait, he's losing sanitary points there, touching the ice.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so like I said, there's a bunch of weird ingredients here. The first one is 2 ounces of spiced rum. I've made my own spiced rum here. If you see, there's a bunch of orange peels and cloves and cinnamon.
Okay. I would actually try that. Some of Adina's stuff I've been anti, like I wouldn't, but I would try that. I would try that.
Everything I made has been edible.
I don't know. That one, what was the one? Hemlock or something here? Oh, yeah, Steve, drink this. Oh yeah, that's the stuff they write about. All the fairy tales end with someone drinking hemlock. Yeah, I'm sure. I'll let me have a big swig of that. Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got 2 ounces of this spiced rum.
Okay.
Then I've got 1 ounce of the overproof plantation rum.
Okay.
Now this drink is hefty on the booze, so you better be sitting down when you drink it.
Okay. I want that Turner Wathen rum with the mermaid with the flamethrower on the side. I need that.
Yeah.
I need to get that in my life.
Then I've got some Amir Pecan, which is just a bitter orange. You could substitute a Grand Marnier or.
Okay.
This was the one I didn't check the lid on. Here, I'll turn it over to my assistant.
That'd be your lovely assistant.
He got it for her, folks.
Okay.
First try.
Yeah.
1/2 ounce of this.
Okay.
And then 1/2 ounce of allspice dram. And again, I make my own allspice dram. So
as we all do.
Yeah.
Said no one.
On a Tuesday night.
people just have too much time on their hands. But
Allspice. Yeah.
That was my pandemic hobby.
yeah, exactly. That's what this was. Then I made some key lime simple syrup.
Oh,
and I
now you're talking my language.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Fresh key limes were not available in Rockford, so I resorted to adding some of the.
It's odd, like if you'd only had been to Key West.
That is the best lime juice.
Yeah, it's so weird. If you only could have ever get there, it would be cool to get them. Yeah. I think
bring a few home with you. You know,
don't last very long. I mean, if you buy them, you've got to use them within a few days. So even that probably wouldn't have been the best. Okay, so key lime simple syrup. I just made a simple syrup and added some key lime juice to it.
Did you just hear me get bitch slapped down there? Gosh darn! I just tried to make a comment. Boy, she just
Steve,
came out.
you better
She
sit
came out
down.
fired. Oh yeah. So much for cuddling up to the judges. Woo!
I know. Not like she could have juiced it when she got home and then frozen or something. But.
I've got 4 dashes of tiki bitters.
Oh,
Again.
I don't know what that is, but I'm interested.
It's just
I like the sound of that.
a bitters with cinnamon, allspice, island spices. Then what I've done to get my chili flakes in is I infuse some grapefruit juice with the chili flakes. So I just thought, that's the acid in the grapefruit just seemed like it would be conducive to getting some of that heat out of the chili flakes.
Okay.
So I've got 4 ounces of that grapefruit juice.
Okay. Excellent. This is definitely a tiki cocktail. Lots of ingredients.
Oh yeah, lots of ingredients. And
all right, we're down to the field right now. Check in with Tim, see what we got going on here.
There is some confidence there in that shake, Steve. It looks like it's the Rockford Shamalama Ding Dong style shake here. So there's some tiki swing in there this time. I think she really did play off with the theme here. Okay, everything down all the way to the shake.
A bunch of points just scored there.
Then, like I said, it's a pretty hefty cocktail.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to put it in there. Put a couple dehydrated orange and blood orange on it.
Look how pretty those are. Those are gorgeous garnishes.
Yeah, they are.
And of course, it is a tiki drink, so it has to have an umbrella.
Umbrella, sure.
No.
So
there's the whipped cream on top.
There you go.
There's Fenrir's Glory.
Fenrir's Glory. There it is. There it is. Congratulations, Adina. That's a great cocktail. I like it. I like what you got going on there. I like the
delicious.
tiki stuff. It's delicious.
You should have the pink flamingos on the umbrella though for bonus points to Steve.
Yes, I do like pink flamingos. I've got a flock. So yeah, it's on the side of my house. It's I'd like to get it to like 50, but I'm not there yet. Still working on it. It'll happen. All right. Excellent work. We will now move on to Mr. Kevin Rose. Kevin, you're next, my friend.
All right. Thank you very much. Those are 2 very difficult acts to follow.
Yes.
But I will do my best. All right. I have, first of all, and when using 1.5 ounces of rum, I used Zacapa rum.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Nice choice.
Thank you.
Not a great view of what he's doing.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I don't have the elaborate setup. I need to get Dave down here to film me.
Yes. Dave will set you up. Dave can get you set up. It'll be $3,800.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Payable to Dave.
All right, and then I've got some
that's a rookie move.
Yeah.
Barrel aged tequila.
Barrel aged. Okay.
El Tesoro brand.
All right.
For you tequila fans out there. So I use 1/4 ounce of that.
Okay.
1/4 ounce ish. Then I have a raspberry liqueur from Finger Lakes Distillery up in New York.
All right.
Sounds very tasty.
It is quite tasty, and I'm going to use 1/2 ounce of it.
Okay.
So you put that in the freezer and pour it over ice cream.
You know, that's not a shabby idea there, Tim. And then I have a red pepper flake simple syrup that I made.
Okay. It's impressive.
Oh, not it's quite simple to do.
Yeah, you don't downplay that. That's the wrong move. Yeah, that was tough. I spent a whole Saturday. I don't know any better. I'll be like, oh, wow.
You probably can't see it, but there are little bits of red pepper remnants floating in there. So, 1/2 ounce of that. Okay.
All right.
And then some chocolate bitters.
Okay.
And I will show this up here so that you can see that it is actually 2 shakes of bitters.
Yeah, he was right.
Very precise, clinical.
All right. So now,
okay,
pick this up.
Let's head down to the field. He's got the small shaker. What do you think, Tim?
You know, he's got the small shaker, and I like the style. It looks a little bit of a remnants of the Louisville Loop-de-Loo shake there. So there's some fun with some swagger, but you never know. It's like he's all party, but he likes to dress up.
Right.
It's good.
It's like a tuxedo T-shirt.
Yeah.
All right. Pour this over a big rock.
Okay.
Now, I will adjust my camera so you can see.
Okay.
Or I will attempt to.
All right, there we go.
It's got a smoker.
We're going to go over to his workstation here.
Oh, boy.
Kevin, is this like a Booker's box?
That is a Booker's box. It's an excellent use of a Booker's box.
Nice.
Other than containing Bookers.
The
second best use for that box right there.
Yep. I think you can see the smoke starting to
work its way up. Yeah.
What are we smoking that with?
It's applewood.
Okay.
Applewood. Okay.
Steve, this one's a first. I think this may be the first smoking cocktail I've seen.
Yeah.
Now, we have had a cocktail that was lit on fire in front of us too.
Right.
With the smoking, the flaming squirt boat tiki cocktail, I believe.
Look at that! Look at that! It looks like some off the Munsters. It looks like Grandpa Munster you're drinking it with the smoke.
Cheers.
Yeah.
That's right.
Blood, sugar, sex, magic.
Wow.
Nice,
Son of a
Kevin.
gun. I was
Well
getting ready to ding him on preparation, but it's good. He finished strong.
Yeah. It's nice and it's good balance. It's got some earthiness to it, some sweet to it, some smoke to it, obviously, and some heat. So a lot of fun.
Well, congratulations, Kevin. Good job, man. That looked good. So fun stuff. And it once again has made the life a living hell for our judges. So Tim, part of your deal is we always kick it off with you. So what are your thoughts here as you watch these three put together some pretty cool cocktails tonight?
All right, so I'm gonna start with the order of how they were presented. Dave, your rimming technique is, I think, second to none. That's probably the best rimming technique we've seen with rimming of a glass.
Okay.
So well done.
Isolate
there.
that. Yeah, that'll be
Yes. That was really something. And I love the rum and the whiskey acres rye. I thought that was some nice touches. Adina, I'm curious to see what edible you ate before you thought of that cocktail. Dave, if that is an actual dream of Adina's at some point in time, please blink twice if you are okay, because that was really something. Wow,
I come home.
That was really something.
Come home from work and there's reggae music playing every once in a while, so I don't know.
Yeah,
can't make any claims. No, don't know.
I after reading the description of the cocktail, I half expected Adina to come out with some S&M gear with like handcuffs and chains while she's making that. That was really something, The wolf tearing out of it, it's just unbelievable. And then Kevin, I always love the tie that a lot of you contestants do, tied to music and tied to something, and let that cocktail come alive. And the smoking of the cocktail is something new that we haven't seen yet, which I don't believe we've seen yet for a while. So that was really good. And all in all, I think when it comes down to it, I come down to what I like and I don't like. And allspice is one thing I absolutely don't like. So I'll have to start with Adina in third, Dave in second, and Kevin Rosen first.
Okay. All right. Next up is Judge Justine.
Well, it's hard to follow Tim on that. And everybody knows that I'm the simple judge. So I'm just going to go with the order I would like to drink them, or I would order them. I am going to go with Dave first.
Okay.
Kevin second. And Adina third.
Adina third. Okay. All right. Next up, Judge Jim.
All right. Well, I'll probably be somewhere in the middle between these guys, but so I'll go in the order that I'm picking them, and I'm gonna be outside the box here. I love Adina's. I just think it's a very clever cocktail there. I love the different use of the allspice, and I like how she made all her own ingredients with that stuff. I think that's what kicked it up for me, is that she made the time to make the spiced rum and the allspice dram, and the grapefruit infused with red chili. So she was my number one. Kevin for me was number two. The smoke kicked it up a notch for me, and a little more simple than some of the others. So easier, something I'd actually make at home. I don't need a half-hour recipe to make some of these things. So I would while I would order them in a bar for sure, to make it at home, I think Kevin's is fantastic, and I love the use of the smoker. And you could probably change it up a little bit with what wood you're putting in there to smoke it with. So that was pretty cool. And Dave's I love as well. It just they were all very good. I just think it might be a little overspiced for me with the amount of different spices that you used in there in the cocktail for me. But listen, I would order any one he's at a bar and try them. So that's my order.
That's your order. Okay. So for me, I liked what everybody did. I think these are all at least of some interest to me in trying them. So that's good. I kind of look at the presentation, and I think they all look pretty good as well. And I like just the dedication of the three individuals here and what they're doing. Making a lot of the ingredients themselves and cool stuff like that. Very difficult time here for me. I go back to looking at the photos, and Dave's just jumps off the page for me. I mean, Dave's is, I want one of those when I see that. And if it's just look and point, I'm pointing at Dave. So I'm going to have him first. Kevin Rose, I liked what he did as well. The smoker at the end did it for him. It pulled him away from Adina. I think Adina was leading going into that moment, and then that was really a cool thing. So Adina, that drops her to third. So I go first, Dave, second, Kevin, third, Adina. All right, McNew, you're last but not least.
All right, so I'm just going to go in the order they went. Dave, yours sounded great. I like how you have the lemon to balance out all the pepper spices. I think that's going to be balanced and fantastic. It sounded amazing. Adina, you had all these homemade, you made a homemade spiced rum. That's amazing. Yours was super boozy, and I like a super boozy drink. Not a big grapefruit gal, but you had all these other spices and things involved that I think I'm not going to taste the grapefruit. So here for that. Kevin Rose, you added tequila. I'm a big tequila fan too, so I like that being incorporated. And the smoking was very impressive. So here's my lineup. Adina first for me, Dave second, Kevin Rose third.
Okay. All right. We have a clear cut first, second, and third. We'll turn it over to Kevin Majors, the accounting firm of Majors, Kevin. Kevin, tell me who came in third, second, and first. I know you kept track, so.
Yeah, I did. It was close until the end. So
yeah.
What was it?
I got to throw a wrench in everybody's plan.
It came down to the last vote for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
You and I, McNew.
Okay.
Adina came in third.
Yep.
And she said,
well, I don't think she agrees with the decision.
First in my world.
Wow.
First in my world too. I blame it on your assistant.
Smokey Kevin Rose, the guy that spelled his name wrong, came in second.
Yep.
And Dave won.
Yeah, he did. And it was literally that close. It was 9 for Dina, 10 for Kevin, and 11 for Dave. It was
wow.
That's how close it was.
That's close.
Man, that's probably the closest matchup we've had. I don't know that we've ever had all three within one of each other. So
I would literally get a cocktail flight and want all three of these anywhere.
Yeah.
Every one of them is awesome.
They're good.
This one is really delicious.
Yeah.
I must say.
This one is a Hello Flora cocktail.
Dave's really happy to win, but the happiest person's Bob Whitlatch because he doesn't have to break any tie. So
Bob is going to hang out.
He's celebrating too. He's definitely celebrating. So, well, congratulations to everyone, and of course, most importantly, to our champion Dave. Thanks, everybody. Great job. Good job. All right, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking to our judges and asking where people can find them. We will start with Jim. Jim, where can people find you?
You can find me on Facebook at Jim Fazat or on Instagram at FazJim, FAZZJIM.
All right, Tim. Tim, you're on mute.
You got to learn that by now. You can find me avoiding Adina's death stare and prison shank when I go pick up my Spirits whiskey tomorrow. But you can also find me at the abvnetwork.com tasting events page and on Instagram at swyguy2112.
Right, Justine.
You can find me on Instagram at JA_Maze. You can find our shop at abvnetwork.com and on Instagram at abvnetworkshop.
All right, McNew.
I am on Instagram at McNew ABV.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. The important website, those abvnetwork.com. That's the one you got to check out because previous shows are out there, our shop, so much more, abvnetwork.com. And of course, even the rules. Maybe you want to get involved. If you're listening to this, anybody can get involved. So head over to abvnetwork.com/coin, or you can just look up contests on the main page of the ABV Network. You'll see it and check it out. Next month, we are under the theme of Lucky Leprechaun. And it's cream de menthe is what you've got to utilize in that. So that's a little bit easier one. So after the tough red pepper flakes, I think. So there you go. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
All right. Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Good night.
See ya.
Bye.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Another friend of ours is the Goldstein family at Goldstone Mill. The Goldsteins offer a variety of heritage and heirloom grains to make the finest whiskeys in the world. Plus, they are more than just a grain company. They are truly consultants to make sure the grains they are providing to you or your business meet your highest expectations. Additionally, they work with mills around the country, ensuring shipping is as low as possible for their customers. If you're a distillery, brewery, or even doing this at home, Goldstone can assist you. Check them out at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or check in via email at hello@goldstonemill.com.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.